did, but we'll hop into the introductions and talk about it more in a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Easier Team Story Cup Season 3, Team Liquid versus Evil Geniuses. And the score is currently 4-1 in the favor of Evil Geniuses. All they have to do is get one more victory in the next 4 games, and they win today's series. It is a best of 9, though. So we're not... This could, again, like every map could be the last map. All they have to do is knock out HerO and they win. Anyways, spawning here in the top left corner of Heavy Rain, the red Protoss player from Team Liquid, Liquid HerO. And his opponent in the lower right, Evil Genius's own blue Protoss player, Incontrol. I think the last time I cast Incontrol, it was still like raid call. Oh my god. So it's been a while since I've seen him in actual competitive play, but guilty pleasures admitted, guys. I'm a huge Incontrol fan, and I watch his stream a lot of the time, even when he was doing XCOM and stuff. So I gotta tell you, he's not exactly a player who's craptastic. This isn't a pull it out of the ass pick out of Evil Geniuses. I am a little shocked they didn't try and throw someone like J-Dong at him right away, but I imagine that actually has to do with the map picks. For those who don't know how the Acer Team Story Cup works, map picks are predetermined every single week, and they rotate and change. So you'll know coming into the match well ahead of time, like, okay, it's going to be Yansu first, then Frost, then Heavy Rain, and yada yada yada. So, while Incontrol coming out looks like a bit of a throwaway pick, I think it's actually a really smart pick, because PvP, it doesn't matter how good you are, you can lose to Dark Templar, you can lose to Cheese, you can lose to a coin flippy build. Let's be honest, PvP can go either way no matter how good players are, as long as they're somewhat decent at the game. That's not me trying to make excuses or reasoning for why Incontrol is picked. But again, another big part of this could be like, let's say we got Suppy or Xenocider or J-Dong, and none of them want to play on Heavy Rain because this map might just suck for ZVP. They don't want to do Swarm hosts, whatever, etc., etc. So again, Incontrol, for a multitude of reasons, is actually not that bad of a pick from Evil Geniuses right now. Now, the one thing worth noting is he is taking a little bit less gas than HerO, so if he's looking to go for that quicker expand versus HerO, I'm not going to be too big of a fan of that move. I mean, you can go for the Mothership Core, you get the Warp Tech, all these wonderful steps that you take 1, 2, 3 sort of on the ladder. But it's an opening that leaves you very vulnerable to aggression in the mid-game, as you won't quite have the production to keep up with someone like HerO who decides maybe he 1-bases it, maybe it's a 4-gate. Neither player's going to know, because again, both of these guys, as much as I like both of them, they're not characteristically known for their scouting. And HerO's assuming, after having scouted his main in the natural, that there's no proxy, so he can just kind of sit tight for the time being. Stargate is going to be the first pick here as well, so we'll probably see an Oracle opener. I do like Phoenixes for PvP, though. A lot of people disagree with me on this point, but none of them are Protoss, so I feel comfortable in staying with that opinion, because I do like Phoenixes in PvP. I think if used correctly, Phoenixes can be fantastic. They provide some really nice sort of soft contain potential, combined with the fact that if you've got, say, 3 of them, 5 of them, you can crowd control almost half of an army before the 16-minute mark. But Incontrol looking to move out a little bit here. He does have Warp Tech on the way. No natural base coming down yet, so if we see a couple extra gateway slap down... Oh no, he's actually gonna go with oh, it is a Phoenix. Sorry, I'm so busy talking about Incontrol, I didn't see this. Get excited, get hyped. It's gonna be a Phoenix opener here out of Liquid HerO. Now, this could just simply be in expectation of an Oracle. It might be to hunt down the Mothership Core. He may not invest in more, but actually he is going to continue investing in more Phoenixes. So I like this a lot. Phoenix Wars are really stupid, but Phoenix Wars are like most things in Protoss versus Protoss. It doesn't matter whether it's Stalkers versus Stalkers, Zealots versus Zealots. Typically, if you have more, you win. And because Incontrol Stargate is still not complete, by the time he makes his first Phoenix, HerO's going to have like 3. Now, there's a chance he thinks this is a hallucination. If he's not watching the actual damage here, that's very much a potential. But trying to poke around the Mothership Core, use his speed to his advantage to dodge around this. Phoenixes are going to be chronoed out here for Incontrol, but guys, the Phoenix versus Phoenix fight is one of the dumbest things to watch in StarCraft 2. Granted, it's entertaining, but it's really dumb to watch, because these are the only units really that, I guess, not the only units, but the only effective units that can move and shoot at the same time. So he's going to pick off the Mothership Core here. Does pop off an overcharge at the very least. So actually we'll save the Mothership Core. Nice control out of Incontrol. Whoa. Don't say that again. That's like when you say first is going to go, oh, wait. But anyways, Incontrol, he holds the Mothership Core. Alright, great. But that's not really the advantage of the game. He's got to get these Phoenixes out, and he is chrono boosting them. But the reality is, HerO's always going to have more Phoenixes for the rest of the game, as long as they both keep producing them. Now, alongside this, Phoenixes, I'm trying to remember the exact stats of it, but you can't upgrade their weapons to any avail. I think it's it's not until you get level 3 weapons that become effective, because of the fact they hit twice and they hit hard enough already. You're still going to kill a Phoenix in the same X amount of shots as you would otherwise, and you're rarely going to have enough Phoenixes to one volley down another. So there's always going to be that sort of back and forth. So weapon upgrades don't become that effective until later on, so I'm not at all surprised we don't see anyone going for air weapon upgrades. But Incontrol really has to use his stalkers. His stalkers are going to be his greatest advantage in trying to keep his Phoenixes alive. Now he is going to run away, but as we see, again, moving and shooting is a bit of a problem. 5 Phoenixes to 4. Those chrono boosts from Incontrol certainly helped him catch up at this rate, but oh, a warping and a proxy across the map. Did not catch this while this was going on. Good move out of Incontrol, but let's not forget the Phoenixes can come home. They can graviton beam up the Zealots, which are light units, and they will go down very quickly to Phoenix Fire. So this gets him a little bit of time and a little bit of pressure off of his back, I suppose, but you know, somewhat limited nonetheless. One awkward stalker and a couple Zealots. There we go, starting to get graviton beam through the air. I don't like the investment in the continued stalkers. I think the warpins over here would have been a little bit better, so they could continue pushing forward with this. But if he was going to go in, now would be the time to do it. Unfortunately, realizing he didn't have all his Phoenixes here, couldn't really engage into this. Incontrol's army is sizable, guys. He can certainly take a decent fight, but let's not forget the Phoenix count is 3 to 5. As far as the air battle goes, HerO should win this every single time. But Incontrol's actually starting to weed out the ground forces, picks off a stalker. If you got those 2 Zealots, could continue pushing forward. This is one of those scenarios where I think Blink would have been a fantastic opener, but it's not quite what Incontrol or HerO went for, and unfortunately for Incontrol, he is, again, a little bit behind that of HerO. But if you can get a couple good stalker volleys, maybe you can turn this around. Still, the Phoenix supply in the air is ridiculous. You can lift up 3 of the stalkers and still have even Phoenix numbers with that of Incontrol. Just to put that in a little bit of context for you guys. So, Dark Shrine going to be the follow-up to this. Ooh, this is going to be nasty, actually. Incontrol does have no Robo. He can make an Oracle for detection in a very desperate situation, but oh god, he can't stop the Phoenixes. His mineral line is going to go down. He can pop an overcharge, but that's not going to matter. He's going to graviton beam up every single probe that he has energy for. HerO is going to absolutely gut this. The overcharge goes off. I don't think HerO needed to disengage, but he kills a lot of workers anyways, forcing the Incontrol's hand to go for a fight of his own. The overcharge is popped off, and the graviton beam picks up a stalker, but why is he fighting in melee range of the Zealots? There he goes, starts picking them up as well, but has to worry about this overcharge. He's got a lot of stalkers. Incontrol's army is really scary. HerO should be afraid of this, honestly. As he brings the Phoenixes back home, he needs about 7, or I wouldn't say 7, but maybe like 6 or 7, somewhere stalkers in that region to really deal with this, because the Phoenixes can graviton beam up the stalkers Incontrol has, but he has to be careful, because if he overinvests into the graviton beams, then he's got no DPS. It's a very delicate balance he's going to have to worry about, but Incontrol trying to keep his Phoenixes stacked up, trying to be oh so careful about this, does sort of duck in. And his graviton beam actually cost him one of his own Phoenixes. Overcharge still going to be going for a little bit of time. He's got a second one behind this. HerO is going to hold on to this, and I don't think Incontrol can break the ranks. I like the fact that he's going for the pylon, trying to make sure there's no more Stargate production, but there we go. Graviton beams begin, and there's so many Phoenixes here. The Oracle even coming out to add a little bit of damage. 7 Phoenixes to 3 at this point. Incontrol just doesn't have a lot going for him. Graviton beams up at the stalkers, trying to walk up the ramp to reinforce. Oh god. If there's a pylon in the base, this might be a little bit different, but that's not the case at all. Phoenixes are going to kill the rest of Incontrols, and it looks like the stalker count has dwindled enough that HerO should be able to hold this. And with this, even though he's still got workers behind this, Incontrol's pretty much out of the game. He knows it. Good game's going to be called. HerO will secure his spot and continue moving forward. Now 4-2, still in the favor of Evil Geniuses.